Hello everyone and welcome to ICM's midday session. It's a bit quiet in the morning, a bit of market movement, especially on FX pairs, while gold is still hovering near 1875 and stock futures are inching slightly higher. In terms of economic indicators, we didn't have much of indicators coming out today. Earlier during the Asian session, we had the Reserve Bank of New Zealand, which kept a monetary policy meeting. The bank kept policy settings unchanged with the interest rates at a historically low level at 0.25% and the asset purchase program at 100 billion New Zealand dollar. The market is now pricing in only a move ahead of the meeting. The market was pricing in negative interest rates to come in next May. However, following the upbeat presser of the Bank of England, the Bank of New Zealand governor, they're now not pricing in any negative interest rates in 2021, which is turning positive on the currency. So first, let's go to the MetaTrader 4 platform to have a bit of an analysis on the latest price action. We're seeing the euro dollar in front of it, it's a bit dropping following yesterday's move. So if we just move to closer time frames, you can see that the euro is trading in a almost sideways movement. We have a bit of support near yesterday's low, while we are targeting also additional support to come near previous low of almost 1690 if the market persists in the same trend. There's a bit of pressure on the euro, especially following the soft economic indicators that were out yesterday, showing that the outlook in the euro region is deteriorating. So as long as we're trading at the bottom range, or at least as we're trading below 1840, 1860 area, so we can highlight this zone here. As long as we're trading below it, we could be pointing to further declines on the pair on the rest of the day. So this is for the euro dollar. Any break back above 1840, 1860 area could add to the momentum for an upside move, and maybe could drive the markets up towards 119.20. So this is for the euro. I'm just gonna add some moving averages in the Bollinger Band. You can see here the Bollinger Band, they're just closing into each other following consolidation or sideways move, and now we're opening again, especially as the market dipped slightly lower. We found support near the 200-hour exponential moving average yesterday, and today it's still also valid. So we go back to the levels that we just highlighted. The RSI is almost near the same place with these three bottoms, so watch out for a possible divergence that could hint for a rally to the upside. Moving to the British pound against the US dollar. It is consolidating in a big area that we've been trading at for the past couple of days. However, we had during the past hour we had a bit of more volatility following headlines concerning Brexit. There's some progress on some of the matters, but still main obstacles they're there for reaching a deal, and this is what's weighing on the currency. But still, on the bigger picture, we're trading near the upper range that we didn't test usually since late August. So this is good for the pair. However, if we just have losing momentum and the market falls back below 32.13, 31.80, which was a key area previously, so this area was a resistance area, now turning into support. So watch out for any break back below it, because it could lead to a bigger correction on the pair, where you can just set the Fibonacci to check where it could be the coming level. So you can see here the first Fibonacci level is the level that we highlighted support yesterday, and also the second one, 38.2, is almost coinciding with the previous stop. So watch out for these two levels if the market drops towards them. While on the upside, further resistance is expected near 33.50 and again 34.80 on the bigger rally. So this is all for the British pound against the United States dollar. On smaller time frames here, you can see that following this spike to the upside, then the market on the same hour just closed inside the Bollinger Band. The bands there just back to normal, to the same activity that we were witnessing earlier, since for the past more than almost 20 periods we've been trading almost sideways, and this is what keeping the market a bit steady. So watch out for any break out of the Bollinger Band also, since it could mean that we're going for a trending move. So this is for the British pound. The dollar against the Japanese yen, following the rally on the headline for vaccine, we're trading also sideways here. So you can just draw this momentum here for the sideways move. I'm just gonna remove the indicator so it's clearer for you. So you can see here, following this strong rally to the upside, we had a bit of a correction towards the 38.2, almost retracement. And then the market traded sideways inside this range. So you can just highlight these stops and you can see how the market here found exact support near the trend line, combining the previous stops. So watch out for how this will come and play, as long as we're trading almost near it. So we could be losing some momentum, and maybe the market have a bigger correction if we just were able to trade back below the trend line, while further continuation to the prevailing trend could lead to further upside towards 106 that we highlighted earlier, which is a bit closer from here, and then a 107 resistance area. So these are the key levels for the dollar yen on the day, while any break back below the trend line and the previous support of 104.7 could trigger further declines towards 104 key support area. So here also the Bollinger Band is showing that the width is just declining as the momentum is fading for the previous move. So also pointing for the same thing that the classical technique is pointing to. So this is the range that we're trading at. Watch out for any breakout out of the range. The Australian dollar is still trading also inside this certain range. It's clear that we're stuck in this range that we've been trading at for the past week almost. So it's almost 100 pip range that we're trading at. You can just trade any breakouts out of this range. A breakout to the upside could lead to a further rally towards the previous high of 72.15, and a drop below 72.40 could trigger a downside move towards 71.50, 71.60. I'm just gonna highlight also the 100-hour exponential moving average. Watch out for any break back below it, because it could signal further weakness for the pair, and a retest towards the 200-hour exponential moving average, which could be also valid in the coming move. So I'm just going to remove the indicators to highlight the levels, which are going to be clearer for you. So these are the levels that we're trading at. You can see that there are significant levels. The support here was previously a strong resistance, and the resistance here was previously a strong top. So any break above the previous top could lead to a bigger rally towards August top of 74.15. And the drop below 72.40 could drive us lower towards the next support area, which was a resistance at the time, almost near 71.50. The New Zealand dollar had a strong rally following the Reserve Bank of New Zealand interest rate decision. Where we continue to expect resistance near the top reached in 2018, which was almost 69.45. So this area continued to be monitored as a coming resistance area. So watch out for how the price will come and play. The New Zealand dollar is in a better shape than other currencies, especially that the bank has almost to be on hold for a while on the monetary policy and just wait for the data to have another move if needed. So this is on the upside. However, any drop back below the support that's been holding since the beginning of this week, which is almost 68, could lead to a bigger correction towards almost 67.40, which is almost 60 pips away from the first support level, and then a bigger move down where we could be facing a downtrend move towards 66.15. So these are the levels on the downside, while 69.45 remains the top to be targeted. The dollar against the Canadian dollar is also we're having a sideways move despite oil continuing its previous upside move. However, the Canadian dollar is a bit weak, and we're trading inside a certain side range. This is just coming back to the dollar strength. The dollar is trying to regain strength against other major currencies. What we can do is just highlight this trend line. You can see the trend line is combining the previous bottoms, and that's being valid. So 1, 2, 3.4. So it's 4 times. 2 times following the first 2 bottoms, the market was able to rebound from the trend line. Also, you can just have a smaller one here, so you can draw it. It's almost similar to a wedge that we're trading at. So watch out for any break out of this wedge. A break to the downside could drive the prices lower below the 130 psychological level and retest 29.84 and 129.30, which was the recent bottom. While any extension to the move to the upside could just trigger the previous resistance support area, which could turn into resistance near 31. Also, you can just, for sake of projection, you can just draw a channel on the trend line that we're trading at. So you can just drop this here, and you can just expect, if you're expecting a bullish momentum to continue for the dollar CAD, you can set targets at the top of this channel. So this is for the dollar against the Canadian dollar. I'm just going to add the moving averages. So you can see here we're just having some resistance near the 100-hour exponential moving average. Watch out for any break back above it. and notice that the 200-hour exponential moving average, which coinciding with the support or with the resistance area that we highlighted near almost 31 level. Gold prices are trading sideways. Also, you can just highlight the consolidation zone that we're trading at, almost 1885, 1867 area. So it's almost in $20, $15 range. Any break above 1883 could lead to a retest towards 1890 and then to the moving averages that are sitting near the 1900 psychological level, while any drop back towards 1865 could lead to further bearishness on the billion and a drop towards 1852 low that we traded at following the headlines regarding the vaccine. So watch out for any break out of this consolidation zone that we've been trading at for the past couple of hours, and these are the targeted levels for the breakout. Silver is just also trading similarly to gold. However, it's still it's a bit closer to the 100 and 200 hour moving average. See how the moving averages provided key resistance and selling pressure for the market, and then we traded back lower. So watch out for also a break out of this consolidation zone. So you can just highlight the previous levels: 2390, 2354, and on the upside, the top that's coinciding with the moving averages currently sitting at 2440. The Dow Jones is continuing a move to the upside. We're trading slightly higher today, so you can just see, if we just have a closer look on the 15-minute chart, you can see a steady move to the upside, higher highs and higher lows, but it's a bit steady to the upside and not like one way direction, one move. So we're just having an impulsive move, a corrective move, impulsive, corrective. So this is just a clean structure moving higher. Watch out for any break, any just sudden drop back below this. So if you just remove these indicators, you can just draw a trend line combining the previous bottoms, and you can see how valid and significant is this trend line. Since but by combining the previous two bottoms, you can see how the market rebounded 1, 2, 3, and 4 times away from the moving from the line, giving some more validity and pressure to the market. Also, you can just draw this, so you can see that we're almost trading in a wedge, in a rising wedge. So watch out how the market would break out of this wedge. You can see here it's been a clear sideways move inside this wedge recently. So I'm just gonna highlight the coming levels. Almost 29,720 on the upside, ahead of the previous top near 30,000, almost 86. So these are the levels on the upside, where any break back below the upline or the uptrend line combining the previous tops could lead to a retest to several support areas or key areas near almost 29,350, 29,100, and the recent low almost 28,864. So these are the key levels if you are trading the Dow Jones. On the hourly chart, you can see that we're trading in the upper zone of the Bollinger Band. So any break below the trend line that we drew and the 20-hour simple moving average could lead to further bearishness and a drop towards the lower bound of the Bollinger Band, and then experience maybe lower lows below 29,000. So this is for the Dow Jones. Moving to oil, which is strong on the day, continuing the previous move. So following an strong impulsive movement on the headlines, we had a bit of a correction, and then the market is continuing to the upside. If we just go towards the previous zones, you can just highlight that the 43.70, 43.80 as a coming key resistance area, while any drop back below 41.50, 41.80, which was a key support, which could be a key support coming forward, since it was a clear resistance. I'm just going to remove this so it's going to be clearer for you. So here you can highlight the previous resistance, 43.75, and this is the recent resistance that we were trading at, almost 41.80. So we're trading inside this $2 range. Watch out for any break back below the range. If we just traded higher than 43.80, we can just target further highs near almost 46. Where if you just go back to the daily chart, you can just highlight a key also top here, which was a resistance, and then earlier it was a key support area. So this area here could be coming as could be holding selling pressures. But if we trade above 43.80, we could be coming to a new sideways movement between almost 42 and 48 for a while until we have new fundamental drivers in the market. This is all for today's session. I would just like to remind you that all the information, news, analysis, and opinions mentioned in this session only serve for educational purposes and shouldn't be taken as a signal whether to buy or to sell any financial instrument. And ICM doesn't provide any investment advice. And if you just want to watch other live sessions that we're doing, you can just subscribe to ICM Capital channel. This is all for today. Thank you all for joining.